I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun?
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However, the suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire. Once its durability reaches 0, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger happy with it. The suppressor's durability is shown in the icon. Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. Can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission. You're a ghost, Snake, in every sense of the word. And there'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill for that purpose. SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It will send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So, how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember.
Why?
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
No pressure.
Relax. There's a support team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance.
What does that mean
The
this
first member
time?
of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data. She's a member of Fox as well, and she's here on the gunship with me.
She?
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means
What does that
nothing
mean?
on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make
I
it
don't
back
understand what
alive.
the hell she meant by that.
My frequency
There's
is
so much awkward
145.73.
Dialogue
charge
in
of
all of
recording your
these
mission
games. I
data.
really think it's just
Whenever
bad
you want to
translation.
save, send a message over the reserved save frequency, 140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Huh.
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you?
That
The
makes
legendary
no
soldier and
sense.
your mentor. Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
Boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me. Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
Creeper.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Really?
Metal Gear.
Well, I don't know anything about
That's Metal
you.
Gear logic.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most
Man, everything
important
about
is
her is unknown.
spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me,
You have
Jack.
to figure out how to think
Just
by
because
yourself.
soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the
This
battlefield.
seems like it came out of nowhere,
And
but it's
politics are
a big
living
theme in
thing.
the whole game.
They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You're a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass
So
won't
Snake
be
is a
there
tool.
forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's
It
in
sounds like
charge.
Snake's just throwing shit
People
out there
aren't the
trying
ones who
to
dictate the
look
missions.
good for the boss.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your code name is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit. A group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Second time he says that.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake,
Foreshadowing.
you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going
Where
to
the hell
be
did those
key.
birds come from?
Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC, another thing that was
CQC.
implemented in this game for the first time.
Quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the Major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
The CQC scenes in this game are some of my favorite scenes in the Metal Gear series. It does get kind of outdone by the CQC scenes in Metal Gear Solid 4, though.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
Compared to those scenes, these CQC scenes seem kind of slow, but they were good for their time. Anyways, we finally get to play. There will be a few little short cutscenes in between, like in Metal Gear fashion, but at least we're gonna get to do some gameplay now after 30 minutes. Alright. What the? Oh. Dang, it's so hard to get used to the controls in this game after playing the Metal Gear Solid 4. And I have Metal Gear Solid 3 on the 3DS, and it kind of follows the same button as Metal Gear Solid 4. So I'm used to the, you know, whole L1 for aiming thing. In this game, you can't even aim. He just does this thing. And you gotta just hope that it hits the bad guy. Or you can do this, but then you can't move. Anyway, with the crocodiles, don't even bother with them. Just stay away from them. Because trying to slash them to death takes a ridiculous amount of time, and they're probably gonna hit you in the process. No, or not. But it takes too many slashes. And tranquilizing them doesn't do much, because when you get near them, they just wake up, so it's kind of stupid. Alright. You know what? If you break a hornet's nest, that one, yep, those are not bees, and those are not wasps, those are hornets. If you break them, you get some kind of medical supplies, but like I said, I'm not gonna bother with collecting things right now because they're all gonna go away anyways.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
There's a scene like that in every Metal Gear Solid game except Metal Gear Solid 4, where Snake just sits there and explains what weapons the bad guys have.
Is already a violation.
That's just to prove Snake's badassery at knowing all kinds of weapons and equipment and military vehicles.
Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The Uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while the Face option lets you change your face paint.
This game implements a lot of new things into Metal Gear,
will help you conceal
including the
yourself more
camouflage.
effectively.
It stayed in Metal Gear Solid 4,
Also, don't
but
forget that anything that moves
it was really
will
dumbed
stand
down.
out
Like,
in
you
the
don't really have to do
If you
anything.
just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed. You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the camo index. The camo index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area. The higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa. The key is to make yourself one with nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
Alright. You don't really need to worry about making yourself one with nature and figuring out what goes with what. All you gotta do is look at the number up there. You'll be fine. That little space over there is always something people tend to miss. Okay. My goal right now is gonna be to let him go up there, let him get in front of me, so then I can sneak up behind him, think you see him, and yeah, have him out of my way. Now, to just about every approach, there's a lethal, non-lethal way. I am not the type of person that cares about, you know, not killing bad guys. However, in this game, I try to kill the least amount of people I can. Because there's one part of the game where, how do I say that without giving it away? Pretty much, the more bad guys you kill, the longer it'll be. And it's just kind of tedious and boring. And I don't feel like having that part be so long in this walkthrough. Huh? Oh god, I forgot what button it was! God. Alright. I wish I didn't look so awkward. That looks awkward in every Metal Gear Solid game. And I'm pretty sure they kept it like... Actually, except Metal Gear Solid 4. But... in hard mode, you don't have any radar, so it makes sneaking around kind of hard. Which is why I'm glad I have this version, because in the original version, this is pretty much how you would move your camera. That's it. The camera would stay in one position, and the most you could do is move it around like this. But anyways. Oh god! Another thing I forgot about this game. When you're sneaking up behind them like this, yes, it makes you quieter. But even that is not as slow as you can go. And if you're right behind them, they will hear you. You actually gotta press the D-pad, and you'll go this low. No matter how close behind them you are, they won't hear you like this. But you go just as fast as they do when they walk when you're going this slow. So you can't really get closer to them. So that's really good when they're about to stop. So, you know, they don't keep moving and you can actually get behind them. It doesn't matter if they go into alert phase. As long as they don't go, who's that? Or, you know, start calling HQ. Nobody else will know that you're there. So that's why if somebody sees you, just get them down as quickly as you can before they say anything. Which is a good improvement from the other Metal Gear Solid games where somebody would see you. And it's like fucking everybody has a camera on their helmet, but all of a sudden everybody knows you're there. This is by far one of the funniest scenes in this game. Snake smiling looks creepy. You know, there's something I had trouble with in the original game too, and it's a little better in this game. But the friggin' hornet's nest matches with the rocks in the background, the mountainside on the background. So after the cutscene, I find it kind of hard to actually figure out where the hornet's nest is at. The good thing about this is that he'll start running, the hornets will follow him, and then these guys will start running. For some reason, keeping balance in this thing tends to be kind of hard sometimes. But it's nowhere near as annoying as it is on the 3DS. Because you have to walk forward while constantly tilting your 3DS back left and right. Unless you have it at the dead center. You can get a assault rifle down there. But like I said, I'm not too worried about collecting things. Because they're all going to go away anyways. But if you want to go and get that, you can. All right.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump. I can't see Sokolov from here.
Sorry, I forgot to press R1. That is my phone. I don't know if you can hear it, but that is my phone, so I'll be right back. Actually, no. If they want to talk to me, they can call me by my cell phone. I love how the Major didn't answer one throughout that whole conversation.
Is inside the factory.
Well, I guess he did.
Holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed to any kind of danger. And do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Or in the evasion phase.
And one more thing, Snake.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that
or no,
when you get
phase.
to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the target.